It's always a good idea to check what people are saying about a course just to see if your viewpoints align or not. So without further ado, let's see what people are saying about the course. I've got 2 comments here with opposing views and I'm just going to read them out. Biochemistry is a varied subject, can lead to all sorts of things, and it's a good course to consider, especially when you're not sure what you want to actually end up doing. It can even lead you into pharmacology if you wish in the future. I know for sure because I know someone who studied biochemistry in university and gone on to do the PhD in it, and now he's working in Cambridge doing research for a company and he's earning pretty big bucks. So for all us biochemists out there, don't worry, we're going to end up just fine. Maybe, excluding me if I keep drinking for the next 4 years while at Birmingham. It's quite a humorous comment, and I do agree with the fact that it's varied and has many numerous pathways. Second part of that comment says job prospects are bad. It's due to the large number of people who take it up as they couldn't do medicine. They then decide for whatever reason that they will not do medicine, so we have a whole bunch of people with the same degree. Employers will prefer degrees like pharmacy because the skills needed are easier picked up by these students. That's a fair enough point that pharmacy students may pick up skills quicker depending on what exactly the task is. However, I disagree with the fact that a pharmacy graduate will immediately have an upper hand over a biochem graduate. Of course, biochem graduate is way more favourable in the lab than a pharmacy graduate, and potentially even in research. However, these are interesting viewpoints. Another comment says that it's absolute nonsense to say that biochem degrees have poor job prospects. This was in favour of a previous comment that read, I know someone who did biochemistry and got a PhD. He started off working for a small company who's been researching and trying to build a machine that will decode any DNA sequence in a matter of seconds. And after years of research, they finally created it, but still it has to be tested, more thoroughly researched on before it goes onto market, obviously to ensure the product actually works as promised. And his salary increases each year, and if the machine that his company created goes onto market, who knows how much he'd be earning? 6 figures probably. That's one job prospect which biochemists could be thinking of. Who knows? There's so much more out there. The world's huge. So we all really shouldn't have to worry that much as long as we have the degree. We'll be fine. What all of us scientists should do if we want to make it big in the future is we must all get PhDs. Well, while I don't agree with the whole everyone should get a PhD and it's all going to work out just because we're studying biochemistry, I do think that there is a world of opportunity out there just as long as you're willing to go and grab it. There's so many things that people aren't really considering just because they're too hell-bent on the usual getting a bioscience degree, working as a biomedical scientist, when there's actual things like this where working in startups is a possibility. This comment makes it seem like it's the easiest thing to pull off. You do have to put some effort into getting all these experiences and getting these job roles, because behind that one person who got the job working for that company, there's probably over 100 people who missed out and didn't. And that's the truth of the matter. For every one person who does get a job, there's a bunch of people who don't. So it's always important to make yourself stand out and make yourself versatile enough to be able to fit into multiple job roles. If we carry on with what the reply was, the supporting comment continues. University research is notoriously underpaid. However, working in industry, that changes a lot. I'm anticipating having no trouble in finding a job after graduating, and I'm currently on a placement with JSK earning money. So do not fret. It's not to say that there's no jobs, but it's just to say that people who come out of university expecting that there'll be a job waiting for them is essentially a fallacy, and that shouldn't be the attitude you should have. There's jobs in any market. However, you have to be willing to get the experience firsthand and even be willing to put in that extra bit of work, maybe getting a postgraduate degree after your initial degree. So don't exit a degree thinking that now that you have that diploma, you can get into any job, because that's not the case. However, there's definitely work if you know exactly where to look, just as long as you've tried to find placements and experience along the way. Now we can move on to something a bit different.